are spots in the world that just boggle the mind, such as a place where lightning is frequent and never-ending, it seems. Or certain spots in the waters of the world where two oceans meet and you can see the dividing line between them. But just as important is that there are places that are beautiful beyond measure, and you have to wonder how nature was able to make such perfect places. And there are more of these spots than you might think in our world. So given that, allow us to show you 10 unbelievable places that actually exist. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 10. Hitachi Seaside Park. Japan is known for a lot of things, including being one of the top technological countries in the world. But it also has a sport dedicated to flowers that might surprise you. Seaside Park is located just outside Ibaraki City, and it spans a very impressive 190 hectares. The park is known for its flowers, ones that are always in bloom in one form or another. What's more, it's different flowers that bloom throughout the year, making the park a treat to come to multiple times as the months pass. For example, the main flower of the park is the baby blue eyes. In the fall, about 4.5 million of these flowers come into bloom in this park. It's a place that many people love to go to, and it's not hard to see why. Number 9. The Tunnel of Love. You might hear the name Tunnel of Love and think this is a classic amusement park ride. But no, this is something else. In fact, it has to do with trains. For in the Ukraine, near the town of Klevin, there's a 1.8-mile-long train tunnel that is a wonderful combination of man and nature. Combined, they form a visual wonder that is known as the Tunnel of Love. So how did this thing form? The tunnel itself is active to this day, and is part of a system that delivers wood to a factory 3 times a day. This frequency helps shape the tunnel to what you see now. As for the rest, that's nature working its beauty. Needless to say, it's a popular tourist attraction in the Ukraine, and legends have built up about the power it has when couples come to it. In fact, many take their wedding pictures in the tunnel because it's believed the tunnel will grant them wishes if their love is pure. We bet some of you out there would love to take that trip to the tunnel to make your wish, right? Number 8. Mount Roraima. South America may be known for its rainforests and rivers because of the Amazon, but it's got quite a few mountains and mountain ranges. And one of the most unbelievable of them is one called Mount Roraima. The mountain is located between Brazil, Venezuela, and Guyana, and is actually one of the oldest rock formations on Earth. Adding to the intrigue, the mountain is flat on top, which is very rare when you consider what most mountains look like. Also, the mountain itself is 9 miles long. The way nature plays with the mountain has attracted many across the world. It has waterfalls because of the consistent rain, it's home to rare plants, and the journey to get to the top of the mountain isn't easy. Yet people don't seem to mind as they keep coming to it. Number 7. Black Forest. If you're looking for a rather majestic place to go in Germany, you should definitely consider going to the Black Forest. This particular forest is located in Baden-Württemberg, a region that's definitely worth the price of admission in and of itself. But the forest? Well, that's something special. People go there to experience the wonder of it, for it seems to be a literal fairy tale forest. From the trees to the lighting and even the paths that'll take you all over it, there's a lot to enjoy and explore. In fact, some of the oldest footpaths ever made can be found in the Black Forest. And if you were to put all the footpaths together, they would extend over 23,000 kilometers. Number 6. Algarve Cave. The ocean has a lot of power, and people learn to respect that power. But they also appreciate what that power creates, such as Algarve Cave in Portugal. This cave is known as a cut cave, meaning that it was literally cut from stone by the ocean's waves, and that's very literal. After all, because of how the cave has positioned itself, it's constantly facing wave hits. Yet, despite all of that, the cave is known to be very beautiful. The coloring and shape of the rocks is proof of just how wondrous nature can be, even when it's unintentionally creating something. Tourists love to come to this spot to observe the formation, as well as see how the water interacts with it, and even how the sun plays through the holes of the cave. Number 5. Bryce Canyon National Park. In the United States, there are plenty of national parks, and while the Grand Canyon stands out as an unbelievable place in and of itself, in Utah stands Bryce Canyon National Park, a place with some very unique formations. How did these come to be? Steam and frost erosion, an odd pairing, don't you think? But it's true, years of this has caused the park to look like it does now. Those amphitheaters, as they're called, are also referred to as hoodoos. Number 4. Fly Geyser. When we say the word geyser, what do you think of? Most people think of Old Faithful, but another you should check out is called Fly Geyser. You might be able to define this place as a happy accident of sorts. You see, in Washoe County, Nevada, some people decided to go to this mound in order to find geothermal energy back in 1962. However, something wasn't done right or the like, and because of it, geysers started shooting out of the mound. What's more, it does so in 6 different places, and it's done quite frequently. As if that wasn't enough, the place surrounding the mound is gorgeous. It looks like something out of a fantasy book. The color of the mound is elegant, and due to both minerals and bacteria, there are lakes around the mounds that are created by the geysers. And then the greenery around that is majestic. It also happens to be private property, so don't go there without permission. Number 3. Sagano Bamboo Forest. If you're looking for a place you can visit though, and see something amazing, consider heading to Japan to experience the wonder of the Sagano Bamboo Forest. This park is one of the most revered places in all of Japan, especially because the bamboo itself is all natural. It was not grown by man. Just look at the height of those bamboo trees. They're massive. But what might be even cooler is that when it's a windy day, a very interesting sound echoes through the forest, one that leaves many in awe and wonder. Number 2. Enchanted River. Located in the Philippines, the Hinatuan River, which yes is actually called the Enchanted River by locals, is a source of great pride, but also great mystery. First off, this river is clean. By that, we mean there are no pollutants, trash, or obstructions that hide the beauty of this river. Also, it's deep, like very deep, and it holds a lot of fish life. Ready for the mystery part? There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in the river. For example, despite there being fish in it, no one can seem to catch any. Fishermen have tried for years by various methods to catch fish in this river, but they can't. Some have even left nets overnight, but when they returned, the nets were in trees. Other reports noted that anytime obstructions like rocks were found in the river, they were gone the next day before the people could try and remove it themselves. One guy tried to measure the riverbed and couldn't reach the bottom. Oh, and apparently there are females in the water that turn into fireflies when they come out. Regardless of the mysteries, the crystal clear waters give a sight into unparalleled beauty, which is why many go to the Enchanted River. Number 1. Glowing Shores. Let's stick with really cool bodies of water and head to the shores of Vadhu, which is located in the Maldives. If you go to the shores of this place at night, you're in for a big treat. Why? Because the shoreline literally glows at night. You see, on the shoreline, and in the water to an extent, is a plankton that has an ability called bioluminescence. What this means is that it can glow on its own in the right circumstances, such as when the water rushes it onto the sandy shore at night. The effect speaks for itself, don't you think? And so, it shouldn't be a surprise that this is not only a popular tourist destination, but a true visual marvel to behold. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the unbelievable places of our world that seem impossible to think about, and yet they really do exist? Did you know about any of these places before coming to this video? Which places shown do you find the most interesting or magnificent? Do you want to go and see some of these places for yourself now? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.